To Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbie. I'm the founder, president, and CEO of GRCAM, which stands for the Grassroots Community Activist Movement. On this platform, we discuss authentic urban news across the diaspora. We are the Black media component of the Grassroots Community Activist Movement. If you're joining us for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page. We encourage our listeners worldwide to engage with us by leaving a public comment about the topic in the comment section below this audio podcast. All I have is my revised book, my virtual store, my online groups, and this talk show. My film project is my last attempt to try to build something positive for my racial group, Black Americans, before I cut and run to Africa. I am called by my Lord and Savior Jesus/Yahshua to build the best African American business within the United States of America. However, for the past 33 years, Black Americans has been acting funny style with me. I have little to no support. The majority of Black Americans have become Americanized, entitled, and develop a sense, a narcissist attitude. The majority of Black Chicagoans that I've spoken to on the streets when I used to do street ministry, and also, when I used to pass out my book flyers, majority of them told me that they're not interested. This is why I created this platform in order to broadcast my vision and plan in order to connect with other like minded Black Americans and like minded African immigrants within the United States of America. If only my listeners would step up and work with me in moving my virtual Christian organization, GRCAM, from behind a computer into getting our story on the big screen, that would help put me in a better position financially. Once I get this film project fully funded and made, and the proceeds from the film starts pouring in, then I can walk into my God-given assignment. I would be able to purchase property in Chicago, Illinois, buy office equipment, and hire qualified Black middle-class professionals and qualified like-minded African immigrants in America to help me build best African American business within the United States, and that would be the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, disclaimer: this content is for educational and informational purpose only. It is based on public available reports and verified media sources. We fully comply with YouTube's community guidelines. We do not promote violence, hate, or misinformation in any form. This audio podcast is available in two forms: audio and also as a written text, in order for us to reach our audience. Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast, again, is our Black media component. I would like to encourage my listeners to subscribe to my Medium page or Medium transcript, where you can follow along during this podcast. I provide my Medium transcript in the comments section below this audio podcast. I also provide the links to my backup Facebook page in the comments section below. I encourage all of my listeners, if you're serious about doing business with me, then exchange emails with me so that way I can email you everything that I do online. Because I have nothing to hide. I created this platform, quote, Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos, to give people on my Facebook page and people in my social groups on Facebook who are Black artists, African artists, um, such as authors, comedians, fashion designers, filmmakers, models, musicians, poets, gospel singers, and spiritual leaders, as well as Black entrepreneurs, African entrepreneurs. If you're if you have those titles and you're on my friends list on my backup Facebook page, then please make arrangements with me to come on this platform so that way you can promote your books, your business, your music. Or if you have a small ministry, then share a 30-minute sermon with my listeners from the global community. After the show, I offer my guest speakers incentive by teaching them how to create their own podcast, YouTube channel, and website for their business or ministry. I also assist them with finding college grants and scholarships and legal services, all for free. Once I'm able to get my Christian business, Gorkai of Chicago, up and running, then I will invite local guest speakers and also my international guest speakers who have came on my show when I was small time to attend our live events. Through the business, pending on our budget and sponsorship, we will help pay for their travel and hotel expenses. We will also give them a love offering for their time and talent. Those who refused to work with me when I was small time, no problem. My business will be membership based. That's how I'm going to deal with that type of problem because I'm not on here playing games. I created this platform again in order to mobilize like minded Black Americans and like minded African immigrants within the United States and throughout the diaspora. GERCAM is about raising the bar in Black America. There will be protocol put in place to separate ourselves from con artists, Black boule, degenerates, Democrat shields, hardened criminals, pedophiles, off-code Negroes, and urban terrorists. All of the principles in my revised book is the code for GERCAM members. Those who are not a part of us, we will pray for them, show them tough love, and keep it moving. Again, I do not operate like the next Black man. I have my own style and way of doing things. You don't have to like me, but you will respect me. Again, the sooner we get this film project fully funded and made, the sooner I can turn over the business to my management team and expand it to the African continent, starting in South Africa. This business is not about me per se. It's about GERCAM members and their families. It's about improving our community and meeting the need of the African American community and the African immigrant community. It's my hope that we will build this business together. A movement that will not be put politics over our interests. A movement that refuses to let the same insiders who have done nothing for decades keep holding power without accountability. We're nonpartisan, we're independent, and not affiliated with anyone. We're M1, meaning we are melanated first, and our focus is on solving Black issues at the community level. I will never forget where I came from or who I am fighting for. Let's make real change happen together. The grassroots community activist movement welcome Black entrepreneurs, African entrepreneurs, Black artists, and African artists. Our aim is to move GERCAM from behind the computer into the big screen, then into the African American community, and provide a family friendly atmosphere rooted in solidarity and making a positive impact within the African American community and the African immigrant community. Want to do more than just news and social commentary, but at this time, this is where I'm at. Without financial support from the Black grassroots and the global African family, then I am unable to do my job. I have been paying out of pocket for my business title since 2010. I pay the city, state, and the IRS. This is why I have to make this docudrama in order to reach the Black masses and the Black world. I want them to know my story. I want them to know that I've been doing my best to get this business popping here in the city of Chicago. And I want to make sure none of my members have to go through this type of foolishness, because all this is that slave mentality. Truth be told, Black Americans don't want to see me have a successful Black business, even my own family. You hear what I'm saying? That's why I can't pass down my business to them. They tell me to get a quote unquote real job. That's code for work for the white man. Don't try to start a Black business. Anybody that talk to me like that, we will remain strangers for life, because I'm not putting up with that. And that's real. The white man is not stopping Black Americans from buying my revised book. The white man is not stopping Black Americans from patronizing my virtual store. The white man is not stopping Black Americans from donating to my film project. That's a personal choice. That's Willie Lynch in real time, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what I'm against. And that's what I've been called to do. That's what this business is all about. We're going to declare war on this slave mentality, which is affecting Black Americans. And we're also going to declare war on that colonized mindset, which affects African immigrants and Native Africans. This is why I'm reaching out to African immigrants within the United States from 10 African nations. They are as follows: South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Uganda, Angola, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Nigeria. I understand you're here to live your American dream, but I need your help in order for me to get this, get my Christian business up and running. Like I say, I mean, it was our or my ancestors that fought and died during the civil rights era to help get you all over here, specifically African immigrants and Afro Caribbeans. Because, truth be told, the white supremacist financial elites only wanted European immigrants here, nobody else. So, I mean, I'm not throwing that at you, as a guilt trip. I'm just saying, I need your help. And I want you to help me run this business once we get it up and running. But all I'm asking you to do, we're not protesting, marching and protesting over here. I just want you to read my story for yourself. If you agree with my vision and plan to help improve Black America, then you will automatically become a GERCAM member. Anybody that disagree, I want you to delete me off your friends list. Do not come to no events with my name on it, because I ain't changing my mind over here. And that's real. Again, I don't want to be doing this another 33 years. I want to bring my business over to the African continent. And I don't want to be going through this type of foolishness in Africa. This is why I want to do my story, because I want the whole Black world to know my story. So that way, GERCAM members don't have to be stagnant and be going through the same drama. Unnecessary. I also encourage the global African family who reside in Canada, Europe, and the Caribbeans, Latin America, and on the African continent. I need your help as well. Please purchase my revised book. Quote, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, second edition. It's available on Amazon in two forms: as an ebook for $9.99 or as a softcover book for $15 plus shipping and handling. And like I say, if you agree with my vision and plan to help improve Black America, you will automatically become a GERCAM member. And then I would like for you to get behind this film project so that way we can make a quality Black empowerment film. I provide my Amazon author page in the comment section below this audio podcast. In my revised book, I provide my business email so that way you can email me directly so we can talk if you're serious. Um, and also, if you're not afraid about being on camera, then make arrangements with me so that you can come on this platform and for us to talk about and encourage others to get involved and get behind this film project. Quote, Hood Liberator made in Chicago, the war against Willie Lynch begins, unquote. That docudrama is about my experience. It's going to be about my experience growing up in the inner cities and the trials and tribulations I went through in order to get this, um, the business up and running. I'm just going to keep it authentic and keep it 100. You can be a part of this historic docudrama by contributing to our campaign either on our GoFundMe page or on our PayPal page, which will help fund marketing, promotion, clearance, legal, and general expenses. Our aim is to raise $250,000. We are using crowdfunding so that everyone will know exactly where the money will be going. We have, again, our GoFundMe page and our PayPal Giving Fund page. Now, I recommend if you are a U.S. citizen that you donate through our PayPal Giving Fund page because you can use that as a tax write-off because this is a legitimate 501c3 nonprofit faith-based and community advocacy organization. Upcoming events. Wednesday, June 11th, we have Pastor Blessing from Nigeria. Thursday, June 12th, we have Prophetess Precious Loretto from Botswana. Saturday, June 14th, we have Pastor Rosalind Adams from Nigeria. Wednesday, June 18th, we have Prophetess at Fire from Ghana. And Saturday, June 21st, we have Pastor Faith from Nigeria. June is the month of liberation, starting in Black Chicago. The grassroots community activist movement will kick off Black Liberation Month with celebrating unity, culture, and healing. It's our hope to eventually host live events to promote our Black artists, African artists, such as authors, poets, musicians, and our Black entrepreneurs and African entrepreneurs. We will have live music, food, vendors, and meaningful connection. Please mark your calendar for Thursday, June 19th. We're hosting a Zoom Live. I would like to encourage everyone on my Facebook page and everyone in my social groups, as well as all of the social media sites I'm on, such as Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and X, to watch this docudrama or this documentary entitled Surviving Lake Lanier. I have posted the YouTube video. Now let's talk about the history of Lake Lanier and the forgotten Black town called Oscarville, a once thriving Black community until 1912 when a racial conflict occurred. Lake Lanier was also a burial ground for Cherokee Native Americans. If you don't have an issue about being on camera, then send me your email address to my backup Facebook page, and I will send you the Zoom link so that way you can be part of the panel. And then once we finish discussing everything, we'll open it up for Q&A, where Zoom/Facebook Live time, 2 p.m. American Central Time, 3 p.m. Canadian time, 8 p.m. West African time, 9 p.m. South African time, 10 p.m. East African time, and 8 p.m. UK time. Also, mark your calendar for our next monthly virtual interactive conference, Saturday, June 28th, 2025. Join us in this virtual interactive conference. Everyone on my Facebook backup page, everyone in my social groups, and all other social media sites that I'm on, such as Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and X, are welcome. On this platform, we're genuine, sincere, tra- transparent, and authentic. I'm looking for 5 or more people to be on my panel so that we can discuss the topic. If you are serious about being on the panel, then please send me your email address to my Facebook backup page. Then I will email you the link to get on the show. Once I finish my presentation, then I will open up the show for Q&A. This is called Side B. I prefer to see you on camera first in order to avoid trolls. This event will help expand your network, enhance your profile visibility, and make more meaningful connections with the global community. Theme: Bricam versus Pan Africanism. Which path will lead to Black economic empowerment? Where? Zoom/Facebook Live. Time: 2 p.m. American Central Time, 3 p.m. Canadian Time, 8 p.m. West African Time, 9 p.m. South African Time, 10 p.m. East African Time, and 8 p.m. UK Time. Title of this presentation: Black Americans in Los Angeles should not get involved with the ICE protests for several reasons. On this platform, we are rooted in our culture. We don't play about our people, and we don't play about telling the truth. I'm so proud of Black Americans in Los Angeles for not taking part in the ICE protests, because the moment we show up, then they're going to take their eyes off of them and focus on us. I'm going to show you a few news articles to justify why Black Americans in Los Angeles should not get involved with the ICE protests. I have a family member that lives in Southern California. He told me that Latinos are coming over there, bringing their racist attitudes from their homeland and hiring only their their people group to cut out the African Americans. At the same time, we have a huge population of homeless American citizens living on the streets, but you don't see any illegal immigrants living on the streets because Los Angeles is a sanctuary city. And again, a sanctuary city is a um, jurisdiction that implements policies limiting cooperation with federal immigration authorities, prioritizing the well being of all residents, including undocumented immigrants. These policies often include restricting the sharing of immigration status information with federal agencies and limiting cooperation with ICE. There's millions of American citizens living on the streets in California, whereas illegal immigrants, when they cross the border and make it to any of these sanctuary cities, they receive all kinds of benefits such as free food, shelter, medical assistance. They're being rewarded for breaking federal law, as well as breaking immigration law. These corporations or American corporations are hiring them over American citizens because they prefer a cheaper labor force. This has been going on for a long time. I've heard about the relationship between Blacks and Mexicans in Southern California. When they get into a certain position, say human resources, then they try to gatekeep certain jobs in a company that has a majority of Latinos by saying if you don't speak Spanish, then you can't work here. But this is the United States of America. English is the official language. If they tell you you can't get a job because you don't speak Spanish, then you need to sue under discrimination under the Civil Rights Division. Illegal immigrants broke the law by coming over here. It doesn't matter if you came here to work. You broke the law. You have to do it the right way, just like everyone else. Every country in the world has immigration laws. The Democrat Party is fine with having open borders, and these people have gotten entitled. They're fighting more to stay here than against um they're fighting against ICE and the federal government while waving foreign flags. So, that's not a good look. Our fight is based on morals. In the case of George Floyd, his civil rights and human rights were violated on camera with a road cop having his knee on George Floyd's neck for 9.5 minutes. Then he died. But y'all fighting for people who broke the law, you want to tear up an American city. If you love America, then you would abide by the laws of the land. I found a video clip of Mexican podcast called American Cholo. Well, I'm going to spell this out because I don't know how to pronounce it. It's CHOLO. They were talking down about our reparations. To watch the full video, just go to my Medium transcript located in the comment section below this audio podcast. Click on the link, then scroll down to show and prove. Now, I could do the screen share thing, but I'm just gonna wait until the 28th and do it that way. I believe that's gonna be more effective. But anyway, you have it right here, but you're just gonna have to go to my Medium transcript, and it'd be nice if you would. I encourage all my listeners to just, follow me on there because that's where I post all of my speeches or presentations. When they had the California Reparations Commission, the Latino community, the Asian community, as well as the white community were all against it. They don't want Black Americans to get our reparations, but yet we are supposed to come out as a community in California to assist the Latino community with people who have broken federal law. Then some of your people from your community are committing domestic terrorism, gang affiliated, running around here attacking Black people who are non gang members. I think President Trump should label them domestic terrorist organizations and target them and ship them either to Alcatraz prison or to Antarctica. I found an article from the LA Times entitled, quote, Gang Members, Latino gang members firebomb Black residents to drive them out of Boyle Heights project, prosecutor alleged, unquote. To read the full video, hold on, let me say this again. To watch the full video, just go to my Medium transcript located in the comment section below this audio podcast. Click on the link, then scroll down to show and prove. So you mean to tell me descendants of American slaves are supposed to click up with you after y'all were firebombing Black American residents to drive them out of the neighborhood? Let me get this straight. We can't get a job because you said we have to speak Spanish. That's number one. Then people from your community are involved with domestic terrorism against Black Americans by throwing firebombs into their apartments. They had kids in some of those apartments. So the kids were sleeping, so that's a straight up that's a turn off. When I found out about that, when I did my research, I was really it rubbed me the wrong way. So basically, some people from your community are doing ethnic cleansing. These crimes are heinous because they attack people's home while children were sleeping. Latino gangs were accused of targeting Black Americans, including a 14-year-old whose death became a rallying cry against such attacks. The Democrats allowed this to happen to Black Californians. And y'all ask me why I am always talking about the Democrats, because California is a Democrat stronghold and they allowed this mess to go unchecked. That's why it's only 6% of Black Americans in California, because they have been ethnically cleansed out. And these Black politicians allowed this to happen too. According to the Poverty Law Center, Latino gang members in Southern California are terrorizing and killing Blacks. Now saying that act on orders from the Mexican Mafia Latino gang in Southern California are terrorizing and killing Blacks. So Black Americans are supposed to march and protest against ICE, the National Guard, and the Marines, but this is what y'all have been doing to African Americans. You didn't say anything. You have to take responsibility for what people in your community have been doing to Black Americans. It doesn't matter if you had nothing to do with it. This still falls on your community because you didn't say a word about it. This is why we have delineate ourselves from other groups, because these other groups have been sitting up here ethnically cleansing Black Americans out of Los Angeles. The Latino community needs to answer to these crimes and ethnic cleansing against Black Americans in LA. If you come over here to this country that our ancestors built from scratch, you benefit off the civil rights and human rights protection that our ancestor made. Then you get over here, and this is how you repay Black Americans. And once again, I'm not saying all Latinos in California. I'm talking about specifically Southern California, Los Angeles. I believe that the Democrats allowed open border policies to bring in illegal immigrants so that they could ethnically cleanse African Americans from major urban areas in America. This is why, for me, I can't vote for Democrats. Freedom without sacrifice equals entitlement. And that's the problem with illegal immigration. President Trump wants to take the 14th Amendment to the courts because the 14th Amendment was not meant for illegal immigration. When they came over here, they didn't sacrifice anything because everything was already built by Black Americans. They chose to come here voluntarily and relocate to a sanctuary city created by the Democrats. This is why they felt entitled. They feel that they can break U.S. immigration laws without impunity. They come over here seeking a better life with the entitlement mentality to take from America. They're not coming to give anything. They're picking a fight with the US government, with ICE, and with National Guards. I respect every nation on earth, even if I disagree with their policies. I still respect other people's countries because I want to do business with the global community, not just with Africans, but I want to first get it set up. Like I say here in Chicago, and try to build a strong base with I would say the African American community and the African immigrant community. We want to make sure we have those two groups united so we can replicate that on the African continents. That's all I'm saying. But yes, I'm willing to do business with people that's going to be respectful. Now, these white supremacist financial elites, they really getting under my skin. Um, and I don't want to sit up here and be miserable and going going through unnecessary drama. Life is too short for that. But I'm quote unquote, I'm trapped here because uh my business is not up and running. So I gotta sit up here and suffer. But I'm doing the best that I can. This is why I do these presentations. I'm not doing this for my health. I'm trying to prove to you all that this stuff is real, what's going on, and how it relates to our situation. All right, let me get back to my presentation. Um, so I would never go to someone else's country and be disrespectful to their laws and culture. I would carry my happy self back to America. That's the way things work. If you don't like the laws of the land that you decided to come to, then carry yourself back to your own homeland. That's what the natives from South Africa need to tell those Boers. We didn't ask them to come to our continent. They imposed themselves. And if they don't now, black people are it's a majority black country in the first place. But if they don't like how South Africans do business, then they can take their happy tail back to you. Because we didn't ask them to come to our continent. They came there to steal, kill, and destroy with that white supremacist mentality. And we over here we stand against that white supremacist mess. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. These Democrats started all this mess by having open borders. They use illegal immigrants to ethnically cleanse African American communities and neighborhoods by dumping them into urban areas so that they can compete against Black Americans economically and politically. And again, we're being sabotaged by these white supremacist financial elites um, through um, benign and neglect policies. And this is what I keep trying to explain to, Black Americans, but, you know, they sitting up here taking me for a joke and, they don't, it's very frustrating, but I'm just hoping and praying that God will connect me with um, like-minded Black Americans and like-minded African immigrants and people that have the means to help fund this film project. So that way I can make a quality film. And the proceeds from that film, that's going to put me in a better position. So that way I can do all this stuff that I keep talking about. That's all. Anybody that think that this is a scam, I want you to delete me off your friends list. Don't come to no event with my name on it. Because I invested 33 years of my life trying to do something productive for my racial group. And I'm not going to sit up here and have any type of disrespect like that. Notice every time Black Americans start doing well in some Democrat city, they begin flooding those urban areas with immigrants to neutralize the Black vote and our Black economic empowerment. This is what I wrote in my revised book. But again, Black Americans has been taking my warnings as a joke, and now everything that I've been saying for the past 33 years are starting to come to pass. Like, for example, mass immigration under the Biden administration. And this is why a majority of Americans voted for Trump, so that way he can get rid of illegal immigrants. It is what it is. White supremacist financial elites is now targeting Atlanta. They don't want us to have no area where we're doing well on our own. Remember, the Biden Harris administration was flying in 30,000 immigrants a month and dropping them off in different cities across the United States. New York, Chicago, Denver, etc. After the 1965 immigration bill, all of a sudden, the Johnny come lately started coming over here and started talking crazy to Black Americans, saying such things as, I came here to this country with only $2. And 5 years later, I am living my American dream. Then they want to turn around and want to call us lazy. We don't want to work. Our ancestors built, we have to check them. Our ancestors built this country way before you came here. Stop ignoring, stop being arrogant. You're not doing anything that nobody else can't do. Notice they're not willing to fight against their own corrupt government or the drug cartels in their own homeland, but they want to pick a fight with the US government. They're willing to go out in the streets and wave foreign flags, but they won't stay in their homeland and make it a better place for them to live. They're trying to get Black Americans to come out and fight for their cause. This is not a righteous cause because they broke the law. You are not supposed to be on the soil, period. I encourage Black Americans not to get caught up in with the ICE protests. You could be hit with federal charges. I saw um, on CNN that the majority of the country agree with Trump on immigration. They're seeing everything y'all doing in LA. The Mexican American War, the United States won. California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming. I hope Trump is successful with his birthright citizenship stuff because reality speaking, in a lot of countries, you can't just have a baby and your baby becomes a citizen. The 14th Amendment was meant for my ancestors, freedmen or descendants of American slaves or foundational Black Americans. That's another term that we use. I don't use that term that much because to me that's more of a clean, sanitized version. I prefer to use descendants of American slaves. I wear my badge proudly. That's what I am. I identify as. But just having babies here, they call that birth tourism. Immigrant couples flying over here to have their babies because if their child is born on U.S. soil, then that holds their parents here, and that's why they call them anchor babies because that child anchors the parents here. Through a child, though the child is anchored, it gives them resources to that they would never get in their own homeland. I remember the president of Mexico and the president of Honduras said they disagree with deportation. How you don't agree with deportation if they did it illegally? You don't want your own people back, so we got to take care of them. It's not our responsibility. For the record, I have no problem with legal immigration. I have no problem with immigrants, but I do have a problem with illegal immigration. We can't have two separate laws. We can't have one law that everyone else has to follow and then another law that it's okay for those people to have for them to break the law. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with someone coming over here with that anti-black racism because we already have enough people domestically that's racist. So we don't need to be important anymore. My brothers and sisters in South Africa, please listen to me. I understand that you are dealing with immigration issues. Just don't act xenophobic. Make sure that your laws are reinforced because, as you see, we are dealing with here in the United States. This kind of um, stuff is happening because our political party is promoting unchecked immigration. Never vote for anyone that's going to advocate for open borders, or else you're going to have the same issues that we're having here in America. This came about because of unchecked immigration and a political party that the Democrats want open borders. Also, make sure that illegal white immigrants are treated the same as illegal African immigrants. Don't let them stay over and then you just focusing on the illegal African immigrants. You focus on those white illegal immigrants too. Don't worry, I'm gonna bring the American energy over there once I get this thing popping here in America first. I wish it didn't have to take so doggone long. It's a straight up turnoff. But once we get it up and running here in Chicago, I would be more than happy to turn the business over and expand it to South Africa and reclaim our continent. Because the fight is not for America, the fight is for Africa. That's where we belong in the first place. And those that don't want to come, that want to stay here and be treated as fourth and fifth class citizens, more power to you. To each his own. I just want to reclaim my ancestral homeland. But before I cut and run, I want to make sure I'm not going to go to Africa empty handed. I want to bring economic tangibles for my members of GERCAM, and also to win over other people so that they can become members as well. But I definitely want to make sure GERCAM members are going to be well taken care of. That's all I'm saying. Black people have been fighting for everybody else's battles. Let them fight their own battles. We have issues in every major cities like urban gentrification, which I talk about in the book. We need to be at the city council filing lawsuits left and right. Most of all, I need like-minded Black Americans and like-minded African immigrants to read my story. That's all I'm asking. Read my story for yourself and let's build this thing together. So that way I can do my God-given assignment. In Grekai, Chicago, we will hold workshops and seminars about real estate. We will teach our members and students how to move from renting apartments to owning homes. We will teach financial literacy and we will build coalitions between the African American community and the African immigrant community. So that way we can heal collectively from the scars of slavery, where Black Americans can heal from that slave mentality, and African immigrants can heal from that colonized mindset. We will replicate Gakai of Chicago in 10 African nations so that we can do international trade with our brothers and sisters on the continent. Please leave a public comment about the topic in the comment section below this audio podcast and share with your friends on all social media sites you are on. This will help get the ball rolling. Thank you all for listening. We greatly appreciate it. Please put me on blast by telling all of your friends to watch our content on our Facebook page, I'm going to send a challenge out to everybody that's listening to this audio podcast. I need you all to support our film project so that we can move beyond cyberspace and get our story on the big screen to let the whole Black world know who we are and what we're trying to do for our people that's trapped in American ghettos, starting here in Chicago. Quote, Hood Liberator made in Chicago, the war against Willie Lynch begins, unquote. You can be a part of this historic docudrama by contributing to our campaign either on our GoFundMe page or on our PayPal Giving Fund page, which will help with fund marketing, promotion, clearance, legal, and general expenses. I would like to thank everyone who has contributed to support our film project. If you're a U.S. citizen, then recommend that you use our PayPal Giving Fund page as a tax write-off because this is a legitimate 501c3 nonprofit faith-based community advocacy organization. You can also purchase items from our virtual store or purchase my revised book. The ebook is $9.99 and the soft cover book is $15 plus shipping and handling. We appreciate your support. You can find all of the links below this audio podcast in the comments section. Thank you all for listening to our YouTube live or the replay. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing. I want to thank all of you for listening to our audio podcast on Spotify. If you are new to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast, welcome to our safe space where we discuss Black issues. We do this every week. And this will conclude our audio podcast for today. We will see you on the next episode. Peace and blessings. And again, I'm not doing this stuff all for my health. I'm doing this because I care about our people. I care about the next generation. And I want to make sure none of my members will never have to go through this type of foolishness I went through. It's just ridiculous. But somebody has to do it. And I'm doing the best that I can to connect with brave and smart people because I want them to help me run the business when I'm not here present, when I'm in Africa. I want to enjoy life. You know, life is too short to be going through unnecessary drama. And again, we're going to raise that bar. I require a thumbprint. I want thumb technology in my business to keep tabs on who's doing what. I want people to sign the mandatory, first to attend the mandatory orientation once we have that physical building. Sign the community pledge, pass our criminal background check, and submit their thumbprints to be placed in our database. That's how serious I am about this. And again, I want to be able to hire our youth. We'll give them a stipend for being in our Black empowerment films. I want to give Black musicians an opportunity to promote their music in our films and stage plays. I want the Chi of Chicago to be the heart of the community, to be an economic base. So, and again, to help single Black mothers, single Black fathers. We want to strengthen the Black family. That's all I'm trying to do, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, peace and blessings.